Hey guys, Barndoorr here again, back with another RBG strategy video. Today is Silvershard mines. We're going to be going over kind of a little different strat, and we're going to have a treat out there for all you Vengeance demon hunters that I know love to watch me, because we're going to be playing Vengeance in Silvershard mines. You'll definitely going to want to watch till the end as well. But first, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, guys, I gotta explain a little bit. I haven't been making content as much recently. I had to pick up a full-time job. Before I was doing full-time content creation, doing YouTube and doing Twitch, just that was my every single day. But sadly, because of bills and because of the world in which we live in, right? You got to do what you got to do to provide for your family. And at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. It wasn't financially enough to where I was able to pay the bills and maintain. So I did have to pick up a job. Don't feel too bad for me. I'm doing great right now. The bills are getting paid, having a good time. Still streaming on the side. I'm still streaming every single weekend. And as of now, right, new YouTube videos will start to flow again. My goal is to, now that I'm kind of adjusted to the new job and the new schedule and streaming every weekend, is to pump out a new YouTube video maybe every other week, right? I took a month off of YouTube, which I think was a little bit too long. But as of now, I'm going to start trying to pump out a new video every other week. Right, I've got some big plans for some videos. We've got to finish up our RBG strategies series. We have got to do our tank kiting tips and tricks, and much more. I've got to update the Vengeance guide. I've got to update the Havoc guide. There's so much more that needs to be done and so little time to do it. So, if that's the case, let's get into it, guys. Let's go check out our... Where's it at? Here it is. Let's go check out our Silvershard mines. This whole game took about 9 minutes, right? So I'm going to play the whole game, and we're just going to talk through it. I'm going to give you guys kind of a rundown of what's going on, what the strat is. I've got the audio muted for this, so you guys are just going to be hearing my voice throughout this whole thing. Before I hit play too, I want to give a big shout out to my homie JBZ as well. Now, I have had to step back and be part-time, but my homie JBZ is another great RBG streamer. This man is 3K experience in arenas and RBGs. He's streaming over at twitch.com/JBZ. He's got his YouTube as well. He's got Twitter. You can add him on there. And he's another fellow RBG leader, just like me. And I know there's a lot of RBG leaders out there, but there's very few of us that want to focus on positive interactions, positive viewer RBGs, non-toxic. And I mean, the guy does viewer RBGs, he does push RBGs. So I'll leave a link to his Twitch in the description if you guys want to check him out. He's a really big homie of mine, and hopefully he'll be a big homie of yours as well. So let's take a look. Right here you can see that we're starting. Our strategy for this is to run Rogue and Vengeance DH off cart. Rogue and Vengeance off cart. So what we did was I went to the middle cart and my Rogue went to the top cart. And then so we wanted to see what everybody else was doing. And if you look and you see what I'm doing, and this is what you should be doing throughout any game as well, I'm constantly looking at all their stealthers. I'm constantly looking at where their team is. Awareness is a huge thing in RBGs, basically in PvP in general, right? And knowing where the enemy team is, if their druid is in stealth, if this guy is not in the team fight, right? You've got to know. So here, my rogue is 1v1ing a druid. He basically waited in stealth, watching the druid until I got there, right? The rogue, his goal was not to just kill this druid. His goal was to stay in the cart, stay stealth, stay away from the druid, let me cap the middle node, and then pull out a middle and help him get this node. And you'll see when I'm walking up, and my druid is about, or my rogue is about to open on this druid, the conversation that I'm having with him is, hey, do you have damage? Do you have damage? Can you open? Right? And of course, he hasn't even opened. This is the first interaction of the game. So he's, I cheapened, or I cheapened a kidney. And then basically you can see here, or I think he kidneyed into cheap. You can see here, and I'm like, okay, I will silence out. So I silence, so that way the druid can't heal himself. He can't pop incarn. He can't do anything. Right? So I silence out of it. I hunt him, and then he automatically goes into a pod. And I actually made, so as soon as we kill this guy, I'll show you. So right here, you see this guy. I actually made one of the funniest plays I've ever done here. You guys gotta watch. We're gonna watch this twice. I'll explain it in a second. Just look at this. Sorry. Okay. One more time. What just happened? Okay. I didn't purposely mean to do. This is one of those things. I'll admit to you guys. Like I may be a good player, but this happened on accident. It's just sheer happenstance that I happened to imprison him the moment he was trying to jump over the water. And right here, bam, imprison. He just falls down to the water. Hey, I mean, if you can do it, you can do it, right? I thought it was funny. But basically, we would have reopened on that guy and been able to get it. So the druid goes stealth. I asked the rogue if he will stay in case the druid, just to ride in the cart. And I look, double check, make sure the druid is not headed up towards the cart, and the druid actually headed back. So that's another thing, guys, is you're constantly sighting, you're constantly looking at the enemy players, and you're trying to determine what is going on, where is the enemy team. You, as a demon hunter, you have a special ability, spectral sight, where you can tell where players are that other players can't. You can see if a stealther is looking at your healer. You can see if a stealther is looking at your base sitter, right? If I spectral sight and I can't find the rogue, but I target him and he's targeting my one base sitter at a base sitting node, I know he's probably about to hit that. So right here, popularly known as Batman, I wait for my rogue to come. It's me and the rogues doing off cart. And, so right here is a good spot. It's me and the rogue doing off cart, and I wait till he goes all the way around in stealth. I Batman down. And so right about here we notice, a little bit earlier, we did notice that the shaman was on his way there. And immediately on the off-cart team, if your number's down, you got to communicate it. You got to let your team know, because you're going to lose the off-cart. Okay, so this is one big thing I want you guys to take out of this, is that if you're playing the off-cart, especially as a Vengeance Demon Hunter, or as anybody, you have to communicate if you're going to lose. You have to tell your team, hey, we're losing this. They got three, right? And it doesn't matter how, my rogue is a Gladiator level rogue. I mean, this guy's a legend, Bad Juicy. And I know that me and him, maybe we could take these three, but maybe we can't, right? Maybe he just get insta-gibbed by this Ellie, or one of the Boomkins pops Convoke, right? So I'm not betting on the 2v3 for this. I'm communicating with my team. And if you actually look right here, my homie JBZ, right, our druid, who's designated as the first peeler, right? And we designated this at the start of the match. We said, okay, here's our off-cart team. It's Vengeance and Rogue. And JBZ, the druid, will be the first person to peel out if he needs somebody, right? That is one thing when you're pugging, when you're with your team, when you're with your guild team, when you're doing any kind of RBGs, having somebody designated as the first person to peel out is just so much better than calling it out and waiting for somebody to respond, right? What sounds better? Hey, I got one at farm. Hey, can somebody come? Farm. Hey, who's going to farm? What sounds better? That, or, hey, I got one at farm. Okay, I'm already on my way. Seems good to me. So, Anyway, let's get back into it. Yeah, so my rogue is kind of getting slapped here, right? But my homie JBZ, he comes up and immediately presses Convoke, starts trying to delete this team, and you can actually see they send a druid following him, right? We communicated this with our team, so right now it's a 3v4. It's a 3v4, and we're yelling at the team that we need another player. We really need another player. I can't remember if we actually end up taking... our rogue died. So this is one instance where we responded in kind. We responded the right way by bringing our druid, but their druid followed ours. Therefore, it was a 4v3. We were numbers down, and so their enemy team actually communicated a little bit better than us because they were able to secure it. So you can see I'm able to get out. JBZ's able to stealth and get out. Other than that, we're just heading up to top here. And if you look, it looks like 2 of the druids followed me up to top. So Jay is at like 10% health. I'm at like 30% health. I've got 3 druids right behind me. Jay's dead now. This isn't looking good. I'm in a pod. So... I think I end up, dying here. So let me fast forward here. So in the time it takes for me to die, the enemy team's catching up, right? They've got 2 carts. This isn't just a pub stomp. This is actually a decent team. So next you see it's me and JBZ. And so you see me and Jay and the rogue here. So right now, because this is one thing, you have to adapt to the game, guys. It doesn't matter if you called Vengeance and Rogue off carts at the start. You have to adapt to the game that's being played. And the game that's being played is we were winning the game. The enemy team responded and started sending heavy off carts. They started sending 3 to 4 people off carts. So how do we respond to that? We start sending 3 to 4 people off carts. We have to play the game and we have to counter what they're doing. So you see we've got Jay, Bad Juicy, and myself, the Rogue, the Boomy, and me, all at these off carts. And because we're numbers even, we're able to start off on a good note. And you actually see in this off card, the enemy team, they were losing the main lava node, so they actually called for their entire team to come to water, where the off carts was at. And so we end up having a team fight here. Now, we're winning the team fight here, so I'm kind of helping out. Normally, I would recommend around this point is when you're going to want to start peeling out of the team fight, as long as your number's up and you're winning. Because as an off cart, as a Vengeance, there's not much that I'm doing to win this team fight. I'm silencing some. I have the hunt. I'm doing stuff, but I'm just making sure that we secure the dub on that one, and then. So right here, let me just, hello, if you're still awake out there, this next play is what I really, really want you to watch. This is a strategy that very often gets overlooked, but very, very often wins games. So I want you to see that we've got Lava Cart and we've got Top Cart. We don't have Top Cart. And Lava Cart, we're all in water. They're all about to res in maybe 20 seconds or so. We maybe have time to get there, maybe don't, right? But the play that we end up going is we end up turning lava long. We make the Lava Cart, go to the top. And for those who don't know, and I don't want to insult you guys if you already do, but some people don't, this little... Oh, let me pause it. This little, where is it? Okay, this little thing right here in a rated battleground, you can change the direction that the carts go by right-clicking it, and it's like a cast time. But as long as you don't get interrupted on it, you can change the direction the carts go. Well, a lot of people don't use this feature often enough, and what can happen is you can change this to go to the top. At the same time, you can change the top cart to go in the same direction as well. Therefore, you've got both carts, lava and top, meeting at the same time. I want to pause it while I still have the map up. Okay. So you can change this cart to go. You can't change the direction of the middle cart. Of water, just it doesn't happen. But you can change the direction of these two carts. And what you can do is you can change this one, make it go this way. You can change this one, make it go this way. And then from there, you can load up one of the team fights, win the team fight there, and then the other cart is on its way to you, and you can win that team fight too. So that way you can manage where all of your players are. You can manage winning the team fight, and you can snowball two carts into one. Right. So right now, what I'm trying to do. My thing paused for a second. Right now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to give our team time to get up to where they need to. So I'm just slowing, I'm CCing, I'm trampling, I'm doing everything I can to give our team time to get there. Let me pause it right here. So basically, you guys get the gist. You guys get the gist of it. We basically won the team fight. Then we were able to win the secondary team fight because all of our team was, like you see, they set their team up here. We were able to win the first team fight and then the second team fight because we were numbers up. We had the whole team. And then from there, right, eventually they're able to get their whole team back into the team fight, but we were able to just pick people off. I mean, we were losing people as well, but we were able to pick people off. And then our boomies popped Convoke and it was over. Right, and so you can see it was very, very easy for us to get the win on this by just sending both carts at the same time to cap this top node or this back node, I guess, however you want to say it. So, guys, a couple things I want you to really take from this. I want you to take. Vengeance works on Silvershard mines as an off node, right? It does very well. Vengeance works. Adapt to your enemy team's strategy. Adapt to, if they send heavy off carts, you send heavy off carts, right? If they load up a node, you have to load up a node. You have to adapt. You can't just pick a strategy at the start of the match and run with it. You have to actually adapt and play the game. And then third, when in doubt, send both those carts top and win that fight. Because you may be losing the regular team fight, but if you send both those carts top and you choose one team fight to commit to, whether it's the top one or whether it's the lava one, and you win that one, you'll probably win the second team fight that's up there and get 2 nodes for the price of 1. So, guys, moving forward, we are going to finish our RBG Strategies series. We are going to be getting more streams, going to be coming out with more YouTube videos, updating our guides as well. And I got some tournaments coming up so that I'm going to be competing in. So you guys should definitely make sure to go check out the Twitch. And all of you guys have a great day. I will see you in the next one.